Adventures live here from 22nd Street Landing, just back in from absolutely phenomenal trip on the Apollo. And I got to tell you, the crew on the Apollo really worked so hard to provide us with 37 big bluefin tuna. I don't know what number it was that was over 100 pounds, but there were several big ones, including like a 152 pounder. And of course, Jesse almost went overboard. So Jesse, come here. Everybody out here wants to know your story. At least know that you're okay. Here, I'll let you hold that. Well, tell everybody, was that a harrowing experience or what?
Yeah, it was a beautiful experience. Yeah, the fish yanked me pretty good. My drag wasn't too tight. It was right where it was supposed to be, just to put that out there. And yeah, it just yanked me. And then I was on the other side of the boat before I knew really what was going on. And then Mackie and Chad and Bob, they all stepped up and
Saved the
stepped in,
day.
saved the day. I was
Yeah.
back on the deck, and Chad held my rod for, I don't know, a couple seconds, and I righted myself, and I would count. And
Oh, you were up fishing again. What'd you do? Get two bluefin?
yeah, I got 2 bluefin for the whole trip. I got one that night and then another one the next night. Some rock caught in the middle. It was a great trip overall. Lots of fun. Really great group, really great crew, great boat, great time.
All right, it was great having you on board.
You too.
We'll visit with you again. Michael Limon is here with a shrimp in his mouth, so he can't say anything. Doug Tilk, this man over here. I don't know. Can you move that, or you want me to? Or I'll just bring one over. Doug Tilk. Where is Doug? There he is. Come over here, Doug. Doug Tilk has provided every single person. Hold that, my friend. Put it right up to your mouth.
Uh-oh.
This guy has provided everybody with a shrimp cocktail. Doug, thank you.
You're welcome, man. It was my pleasure. I didn't make the trip, but I know everybody, pretty much everybody on the trip, and just wanted to make sure everybody had a little something when you got in today. So
What about the story about Jessie?
Yeah.
Isn't this like a celebration of her life?
Jessie told me she can't eat shrimp, so
I know, but
yeah.
we're still celebrating that she's
Yeah,
alive.
Yeah, you betcha. Yeah. When I saw it last night, I thought about maybe somebody needs a little junk in the trunk to hold her in the boat.
I'm glad you whispered so our audience didn't hear that.
Yeah.
All right, great, Doug.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Well, I'm
much.
glad you guys had a great time. I'm going to get some pictures of your fish.
Thanks for your kindness. I'm going to hand that back to you. All right, you want to come down here? We can see the unloading of the pescados, or at least see some of it. John Garma, here you go.
Hey, what's up?
How was the trip? Hold this thing. I'm not
How
holding
was
it
the
for
trip?
you. Yeah, how was it? You're live.
It's okay.
Thanks for hyping it up for us.
The trip was awesome, man.
What? How many
Great
fish
group
did
of
you?
people.
Yep.
You know, Friedman Family Adventures.
Love you, man.
It's fucking awesome. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Hey, sound the foghorn.
Cussing
Hurry.
like a sailor over here. Yeah, Phil, it was awesome, dude. The first night was slow for me. I only had one, and then, you know.
Caught fire.
Yeah, it caught fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
some
great.
quality, a couple 100-pounders, and some other 2 decent ones.
Good job, John. Always
Thanks,
good
man.
spending time with you.
Love
Thank you
bro.
so much. Who else wants to jump in here? Jason, your first bluefin tuna. Talk into that thing.
Right here?
Look out there.
Hey,
Man, good job out there.
Thank you.
You got an award too on this
I
trip,
did.
right? The Total Recall Award.
the
and
Total
the-
Recall
Yeah,
Award.
you'll learn more about that later, folks.
Yes.
You want to tell everybody how that your first bluefin tuna catching it was?
Oh, it was a strain. It was awesome, but it was such an adrenaline rush. It was amazing. It had me like fired up. Like I couldn't sleep all night after that.
Yeah, it
Awesome. It was so awesome.
was great having you on board.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for the invite.
No problem.
Appreciate that.
All right.
Thank you.
And we will. Hey, watch out there, Mackie. I think we're in the way here, as usual. Blair, you guys are awesome. What can I tell you? Gary, good job, boys. Thank you. Blair, real quick. You're awesome, man.
Yeah, thanks,
Thank
man.
you for everything.
Thanks, awesome trip.
All right. Yeah. Here comes Mac dragging. I don't know what he's got in there. I hope it's not Jessie. No, she's over here. Thank God. All right. Hey, Chris, where you going, man? How many fish did? Oh, shy, camera shy. Chris had, I want to say he had 6 fish, something like that. Here's a guy who's definitely not camera shy. Dave, what do you want to say about this trip? Come over here, Dave, so you're in front of the damn camera, for God's sakes. Here, hold this thing now. Talk
right.
into that.
I would like to say that Friedman, hey, you paying attention, cameraman? I'd like to say that Friedman Adventures.
Cameraman, that's Mackie.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Mackey.
He's boycotting us, man.
That's not cool, bro. Anyway, I'd like to say that Friedman Adventures went above and beyond, and they always do, right? This trip was once in a lifetime. Every trip with these guys has been phenomenal. Phenomenal. Greatest bunch of guys, no problems. We had one jumper, but she changed her mind mid-flight. You know, we had a little bit of total recall going on, but we did it. We did it. We pulled it off. You know, we pulled the tuna out of the water. We got meat on the table for the family and a bunch of happy people. And that's what it's all about. These two things right here are on this planet one time. Live it up. Live it up. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Love it. All right, good stuff. TJ, man, what about your first fish, man? Here, hold on to that. Look into that camera. Great job, man. Always good spending time with you.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
I know you caught one fish, and then your second one was especially rewarding, right?
It was. It was my own fish.
Yeah.
Not a handoff. So the fight was mine from beginning to end. So that was special. But Jesse with the all in.
There was some big fish on this.
There was. Friedman Adventures never fails to come through. The weather was nice. First. I think
really.
for
We're starting
Friedman,
a new trend.
Yes.
Yeah.
But all in all, always a great group of guys from beginning to end. Food was great. The boat, awesome. I got a lot of rest.
Yeah.
But in the end, you know, it's always rewarding when you're able to put fish on the deck. So that made it all worthwhile.
TJ, always good to see you, my friend.
Likewise.
All right, did you get your shrimp cocktail over there?
I did not, but I will.
Yeah, Doug Tilt. TJ's coming over.
Day.
Hey, happy Father's Day. That's right. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. Who wants to say something? Do I have change for 100? I do not. Who else do we want to interview around here? John, do you want? Oh, more stuff coming up. There's tons of fish. Really nice fish here. And we're awaiting Danny Kadota. Danny's going to be doing his show tonight live here, but we thought we would show you. Check that out, man. That is all rock cod fillets, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Bluefin tuna in the round, and then rockfish fillets. Really great stuff going on here. Here's a gentleman, James. Come here, James. It was such a pleasure to fish with you, my friend.
Yeah, same here.
How was it? How'd you enjoy the trip?
It was a great trip. It was my first time on the boat. First time with Freeman. But hey, I had a wonderful time. If y'all meet this guy, hey, he's a wonderful person.
He's a weirdo, isn't he?
No, he's a great person, man. You know.
Thank you.
And I had a great time. I'm going on another one as soon as possible.
That was good, man. And you got a fish and enjoyed yourself, and your positive attitude. Mackie and I talked about it. It was just so nice to have you on board.
I appreciate it. Thank y'all for having me out here.
All right, James, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You take great care.
All right, man.
All right, who else is around here that we want to? And I can just give you some of the details till we see Danny show up here. We fished 2 nights out there on the grounds. First night we had 17 bluefin tuna. Next night, 19. Big one, 152. And the hot jig has got to be the West Coast Jigger HD 350. Got that right?
Yes, sir.
All right, John Garma, checking with him. And yeah, what's that?
The ones with no paint.
Yeah, exactly. That one of the guys out here showed me one with absolutely no paint on it. So it was pretty darn incredible. Here comes Mr. Kadota, by the way, and we'll be able to mic him up, and he's going to be able to take off and chat with you folks about a tremendous trip on the Apollos. We've just returned. Doug Tilt providing shrimp cocktail for every single person on this trip. Really great stuff. Any questions or anything going on out there yet? That's okay, Mackie. Well, we're going to leave the questions for Danny, and then I'm going to run off for a little while. Chris is not a little camera shy, but what an angler. He did a great job. Fantastic. Put the wood to him. Very generous. Good guy. You'll be seeing a lot more of him, I am sure, as we go along. Mike, do you want to say something over here? All right, another guy. I get it. No, don't worry about that. So John is going to take his fish, it looks like, down to San Diego and have it processed down there. So good stuff. And again, we're just unloading here. The weather's coming up this weekend, everybody. So watch the wind. I know there's been some sea bass up there in the Channel Islands. I will have the morning briefing for you all. Morning briefing tomorrow morning at, shortly after sunrise, and be going into greater detail. When we're on the boat, sometimes I don't have the ability to upload large files. So we have to be very careful about that. Michael Limon, you want to come over here? You do not. All right, Michael Limon. Well, everybody's camera shy tonight. What's up with that? All right, folks are loading in fish. Shoot, I'll just kind of let this roll for a second and then get Danny mic'd up. I see him over on the phone right now. And there's a lot of commotion down here as people are getting ready to go on the Freedom tonight and the Amigo. Both will be departing tonight. So good stuff. I'm struck. Huh? Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, no problem. Let's grab Trevor. Trevor, come here just 1 second. Dude,
Thank you.
how many fish did you have? 6?
Six for 6.
Tell these people what. Come on over here.
Yeah.
What's the hot ticket, man?
Smaller profile jig. I used the West Coast Jiggers HD 350 gram, and anything within that range of size was doing pretty well. A few fish caught on bigger profile jigs. Yeah, rip roller caught a few of them, but for the most part, it was smaller jigs for sure was the ticket. Definitely.
You enjoy yourself on this one?
Oh,
This
yeah,
was a
100%.
memorable trip, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was a great one, man.
100%. Yeah.
Good job. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
You too,
Yeah.
Travis.
All right.
I appreciate you being here.
Thanks, man.
All right, who else? Anybody else? Any other suckers want to be on here? Huh? All right, Joe Martinez, you want to say something? Come over here, Joe. Joe's always going to get in here. Put that up to your mouth and talk into it, Joe. There you go. Look right there.
How you doing?
How was it, man?
It was good. Good fishing. Weather was fantastic. Couldn't ask for a better. It's like fishing at the lake. Nice weather. Fish were biting. Couldn't ask for anything more.
Joe, you
Great crew.
You tutored 2 guys that caught their first bluefin tuna. I saw you go into great detail. What were you telling them in case somebody out there is going on?
Attention to what you're doing, and don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Worry about what you're doing.
Got to pay attention.
Yes.
All right, and in terms of the jigs you were using and everything else, anything you want to recommend there?
Yeah, just the Eddie bombs are working. Pretty much everything working. There's some new stuff going out, some HDs, some of the guys are using. But I stayed with your stuff, and I did fairly well. So
Beautiful.
I caught 3, Hey, couldn't ask for any more.
Hey, you're blocking our camera shot, Mac. No, I'm kidding you. Hey, Duncan, shrimp cocktail. Oh,
Hey.
help yourself there.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, thank you, Joe. I forgot what I was doing. Where is Danny at? Oh, there you go. Don't show it to me. This is the man, the myth, the legend.
John Garza.
Yeah, John Garza, everybody. All right. Well, those things are does color matter?
No,
Doesn't.
they're just biting shadows.
All right, so you got to get to the right depth at the right time.
Yeah, so this jig does a hell of a job sinking really fast and getting down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a perfect profile for him too.
Hold
It's
that
like,
up there just real
It's like a little
still.
tic tac. It's a tuna tic tac.
There it is. There's Chris.
The 3 of us using it got 16 of the 30-something fish.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
man. I was thinking about that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Woo! All right, good job, everybody.
Thanks,
Thank
Phil.
you. Thank you. All right. Who else? Who else around here? Hey, Steve. Steve, my man. We're on live.
Hey,
Take
how's
that thing.
everybody
Hold
doing?
that. Gosh, it was great having you out there with us again. You did an admirable job. Put that close to your mouth so we can hear you.
It was great to be out there and had a good time. All you disabled people, get out there and do what you like. Have fun.
All right, Danny Kadota is here. Danny, what's up? Your live show is started, but we're gonna get.
We're already started. This is
Yeah, we
perfect.
started,
Yeah,
right?
We're into it now.
We're right there.
Oh, wow.
Look at he
know
lowered the camera for you. That's not
Okay.
funny.
Here we go. I'm ready.
I'll work on your coffee for
But
you.
you know, it's so fun coming down. I'm going to be doing this. I'll be on a boat for 8 days. Next
Oh,
week.
nice.
Be on the angler, and so I'm getting. It's so nice to come down there and get pumped up by seeing all.
Yeah, right?
You know, I mean, how doesn't get any better?
I know. I'm telling you, man. We are so excited about this. What a great trip we had.
That looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
That looked phenomenal. My God. I got back. I was at the chiropractor this morning.
Yeah.
That trip. Did you get any of that footage?
A little bit. Yeah. Yeah. It looked great.
We had 95 Cabria that the first day, and my brother and I are sitting in the pocket. Steve, you told me Joe, and I say, get up. We need 5 more to get 100. And my son Corey was up at the Baja California. And I said, man, I'm done. I am done. Right? It turns out I went to the chiropractor this morning. My shoulder was out of joint.
Oh my God, from catching too many fish?
Yeah, it popped out. It was,
That is hilarious,
so
man.
that was legit. So anyway.
What are you talking about tonight? You going to talk about your Bay of LA trip?
We could do that. There's just so much to talk
Yeah.
about. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, you interject too. I mean, you had a phenomenal trip.
Yes.
I mean, so you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on down below. I know where we're going, and like not held to secrecy, but we're gonna have some good one. I'll get some footage for you.
Oh, that's awesome. We're looking forward to it.
Cool.
Do you want to go over with Danny? I'm going to go do something real quick. Danny, maybe you could just kind of narrate what's going on. They're passing
Oh,
the
you
fish
my
out,
God!
and
You believe?
I'll
this
be right
guy?
back.
Chet,
How you doing?
how
Good
are
to
you?
see you again.
This guy is one of the
Yes.
pioneers in travel.
Oh no.
And travel, fishing travel. No, and we were on some of those, you know, with the pangas landing on the beach and Cabo and stuff like that, you know. And I think that back then, I think the tacos were a quarter or something. It was some ridiculous thing, was it, Chet?
Right.
But yeah, this is our pioneer in travel. Ironically, we just got back from Bay of LA.
I've been following you guys. You and Steve.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had such a good day. We had 95 Korea, and I was hurting. And my brother and I were both sitting down. My son, Corey, kept fishing, right? Steve goes, come on, we need 5 more to hit the hump. I go, I'm done. And I found out why. What's the chiropractor?
Oh.
It was out of socket.
Oh shit.
That's all right. That's what I said. But yeah, but it was worth it.
Good.
It was worth it. So anyway.
We had a really nice trip out there.
Yeah,
It was good.
yeah.
Weather was like a lake.
Oh, you
I
can't
was
beat that.
looking at your videos. And it looked like it was Lake Havasu.
Oh my God, it was beautiful. We did an overnight, pioneered an overnight trip on the island. It's beautiful looking at the stars the nights, and I never put a windbreaker on till 4 a.m, and you know it was just gorgeous.
Yeah.
So, it's
Yeah,
awesome.
eventually, one day.
New stuff. And you're the one that started it all. Yeah, you did. Sure you did. So
Yeah, nice to see you
cool.
again.
All right,
Yeah,
Chet.
long
Good
time.
talking. Phil wanted me to walk around and we'll talk.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Yeah. I'm all mic'd up, so we can
All right.
mic you, or you can keep it like
Yeah,
that,
this
Danny,
is
whatever you want to do.
Look
This
at
kid, Blair, man, he kicked butt on this trip, man.
All
He's
right,
the
brother,
man.
That's awesome. Look
These
at
guys
this.
work their tails
Look
off.
at this. You guys.
Fish.
Beautiful. Yeah, you guys had a great trip. Unbelievable.
Mighty Moan.
Well, this is.
Did you hear what happened to our damsel in distress?
No.
She got lifted off the
Oh,
deck
yes, I heard
and
about that.
came that close to going in the water.
Oh my God! But
Yeah.
got the fish.
Got the fish. Mackie
That's a
tackled
trooper.
her.
That's a trooper.
Saved the day.
There you go.
Mackie's a hero now, you know?
Away.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It was really
That's
something
awesome.
else. So,
What a trip. That is so cool.
50.
uh-oh. They made it.
30.
All right, crazy times down here. This is always exciting. You know, guys are picking up their fish after a long, hard day.
Phenomenal.
Look at
You
Mackie's
guys
sack
gonna
of
be eating
fish,
for
man.
days,
Woo!
16.
Looking
Awesome.
good.
That's all nice quality fish there.
7.
Yeah. Terrific.
Mac, there you go. Mac's another great guy. Thank you, Mac.
And you had beautiful weather.
We had gorgeous weather.
11.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm going out next week. So.
Yeah, it was beautiful, man. Although it's coming up now.
Oh yeah.
It's getting breezy and snotty right now, but
Okay. Well, you
it'll
got it
be all
behind
right.
you. That's what's good.
yeah,
13.
exactly.
That sounds great. Phil, here.
Yeah, no problem.
Go make some fun.
Go do it. Oh, coffee break. I'll sit here with my buddy James and watch these guys pick up their fish. Incredible stuff, man. Really great trip. A lot of excitement down here. This is the best score by a boat in the Northern Fleet for bluefin tuna 2024. Happy to be a part of that, aren't you?
Me too.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. I thought we did great because hey, we stayed up all night.
Oh my God.
Stayed up late trying to catch these bluefin tuna. We did it.
James,
Shows right here.
The captain Ryan came up to me and said, "You got some older guys here." And I'd come down at 4 o'clock in the morning. Everybody was ready to go. He was really impressed.
I appreciate that because because the older guy was like, hey, we got to stay out here and do this because we came all the way and on ride and stayed up late to just catch these fishes.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
And it shows right here.
Yeah,
It
man,
is.
all this fish. It's just there's so much fish coming off the boat. Big bluefin tuna. Michael Imone's here. There's other people who've gathered. It's really, really great stuff.
Yes, it is.
You ready for the next one? September? Or?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
We got a
Definitely.
2 day.
I'm definitely ready.
You tapped me on the shoulder on the way and said, "Hey, I want on that next trip on the Apollo."
Oh yes, they're a good crew of guys, man. You know, they real knowledge and they help. Whatever you got to do, they help you out.
Yeah, worked hard.
Yep, they
This
do.
kid was an exceptional kid.
Yes, he do.
All these guys.
Yeah, he's a good worker, man. He's hard worker.
I know,
He
man.
stay with you when you need something. He's there. They all like that. You know, they're the type of guys that appreciate
Is
what
he?
they do.
Did he? I'll take it. Or Mackie can have it. He'll come back.
Yeah.
3. All right, should we go and set up in the studio, or have we had enough of this fun and games out here? Or no, we can let it roll a little longer. What the heck, right? Michael Limon. Maybe we should get a shot of people picking up their fish. They don't want to look at me. Maybe James, but not me. That's for sure. I'm just going to let everybody, you can watch them call out the names and the numbers and watch everybody pick up their fish. This is the rockfish. Chris, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Good having you on board,
Figured
man.
out if I can get on more.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm content with this one.
Yeah, good job, buddy.
Usually I think I'm like, when's the next one? Now I'm like, fuck.
Nice meeting you. Thank you. Is that you too?
Yeah.
Oh, in the round. Good job. What's that, Mac? Wow. That's awesome. I think it might. Oh, it's Robert.
I'll do a mock-up for you and take a picture. For
Yeah,
the
perfect.
new logo on the back.
That sounds great.
And send it to you, and then we'll go from there.
Thank you. That sounds great.
If you like the way it is, then I'll make it permanent.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care, Chris. Right on. That sounds great.
What I would do is
Got the caliber bass. I didn't split up, but I never got
and then I put them shipped in on that trip. Just have them print out the fish count on the pocket with the name of the boat.
Beautiful. That'd be awesome. Yeah, heck yeah. Hey, it's me again. All right, I think we're done here. I think all the fish have been unloaded. Guys here are fantastic.
Hey, can you tell everyone to grab a Promar bag?
Yeah. Hey, everybody. There's a Promar bag over there, black Promar bag. Got a hat in it for you. Please take one of those also, okay? And hey, thank you guys. Love you guys. Great trip. And give that Doug Tqckle a hug for the shrimp cocktail. What a surprise that was. Everybody on board, thanks to Doug Tqckle, got shrimp cocktail. When we returned here, it was a beautiful thing, let me tell you. All right, looks like the Freedom's going tonight, and it looks like the Amigo's going tonight. So we'll have some intel. We're also going to go down and talk now to Danny Kadota and find out about his trip to the Bay of LA. Might have to run out for a second and thank the guys. Oh no, we could do that later. Should we? What's your feel? Go to the studio? He's right there. He's drinking his coffee. Now he's eating shrimp cocktail. I think everybody's starting to clear out. So, folks, that concludes the fish, whatever it was, giving fish out to everybody. We'll go over here and see what's up. And as I say, several boats will be leaving tonight. So we'll keep our eyes on that. Go in here and set up. We'll get Danny going here in a second. Joe Martinez is here. What's he doing? Who knows? And the office is a little bit of a mess, everybody. But pull this off. Thank you so much. What are you doing? Oh, did you get your rod?
Yeah, I found it.
All right, thank God. All right, perfect. And we're just awaiting Danny now, everybody. Here he is.
I'm here just talking to the boys.
I'm going to, I know if you want to talk more.
No, it's good. It's good. It's so cool, Phil.
Yeah.
Segueing right into it, right?
Right. I mean, I thought it was perfect.
Handed a shrimp cocktail. How does it get better than this?
I don't know, man. I'll tell you that.
It doesn't.
It was just an extraordinary experience. As you know, I mean, part of all this whole thing is, shoot, Danny. Excuse me, everybody. I'm just going to mic Danny up. It's, the people.
Oh,
that's the most important part of this whole
it's our
thing.
fishing community.
Yeah.
And I mean, and it's funny because they were saying half these guys were saying they were watching us down at Bay of LA catching fish. And
Yeah, right?
You know, I was sitting there in the Ponga, and my brother and I, like my son Corey, was the only guy fishing, right?
Yes.
And Steve's going, "Come on, we got 95 cabria. We need 5 more."
See you on the next one, sir.
TJ, take care.
You too.
Love you, man.
I love you too.
Give my best to Noah and everybody. Thank you. All right, there, more people walking in here to say goodbye. I'm gonna.
No, let's go. Here's our fisherman. Hey,
Michael's come
Michael,
on in here.
how's the fish count?
Michael, oh no,
Michael.
Oh, Michael's gonna join you tonight.
Perfect.
You know that might be good because he can ask you questions.
Did you go on the trip? No. Oh, okay. Well, you will. You're gonna get there.
Yes, right.
You're gonna get there. Yeah.
So exceptional fishing, man.
That's phenomenal.
You know, I mean, you had to look around a lot, Danny, and there were dry periods, and those are when you get tested because you can't go to bed.
Well, Phil, that's called fishing, you know, and then catching's the other part, you know, and then that just makes it that much more rewarding, you know, when you get into them. But
absolutely,
it's putting in the due diligence and your time to get to that point.
Yes,
you know? And you know, it's funny because here you guys are on a trip, and these guys are all watching us down at the Bay of Los Angeles, you know, so that's phenomenal too.
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to get into the Bay of LA here right now. So,
and we're all fishermen, you know, and that's the bottom line, you know.
Boy, 100%, man. And fishermen, I mean, we saw it on this. Hey, this guy right here, Mackie, he won't walk out there. Well, he's been exposed on this trip now. Everybody knows who he is and everything. But man, he honestly saved the day with. I'm joking about it, but he honestly did.
That's what good people do.
That's
right.
So now you're at third base or shortstop. You're, you know, one of those where you get a Holland coming in the corner. And you grab one.
And I was like, well, I could have been over too easily.
Hey, Dean, what's up?
That's awesome.
Dean's coming in here.
Yeah,
I'm good,
Dean,
man.
how's it going?
Jump in the camera if you want,
This
Dean.
is so
We're doing a
cool.
live show right now.
Oh, you got the whole gang out here. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
I just make the boats work.
Well, you know,
Exactly.
this is really a fishing community, and that's what makes it so nice. Is you come down and everybody knows everybody, and you know, I hear you got guys coming off the boat and they're watching. They were saying, oh, they were watching our videos when we were down in the Bay of Los Angeles this last week, and it's just so fun, you know, to be in communication with the whole fishing community.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where it's at.
All we need is that water to change a little bit.
Yep.
A bunch of fish up there.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
happen.
There's
It
a
just
lot of
might
stuff
take a
down
little bit
below.
longer,
Yeah.
But you know, I've always said
Thank you.
when
Thank you.
at the end of the year when they said, "Oh, we're after Thanksgiving, we're not fishing anymore." I think it's because people don't want to fish because it's the holiday time, but there's still fish out there.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think sometimes the fishing can the way the fish, and like I said, I don't know much, but it clocks. So like right now, there's no fish, but it could go crazy.
You know something? I'm very thankful in the fact that we don't know what's going on too.
Yeah.
Because if we did, we'd be wiping them out.
that's
We'd be
why they
wiping them
call it
out.
fishing.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, we put in our due diligence and time, you know, and fortunately I think we're focused on going down below on our trip.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's absolutely neat,
I'm
you know,
not
watching
talking
what's
that
going
much.
on.
Well, they can't hear you, so if you're talking, then we're getting you mic'd up here, Dino.
Yeah. No, I just stopped. The third period of the hockey game's coming up in a couple minutes. It's 4-1.
Who's winning?
Florida.
Wow. Yeah,
Nice.
they're favored, right?
Yeah. Nice.
All right, Dean. Thank you.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Love you, Dean.
Yeah. Nice seeing you guys.
You too.
Bye, Dean.
All
So
right,
that
here
brings-
comes.
That brings back, you know, we actually had a hockey guy. Dean, we had a hockey guy with us.
Really?
We had Pete Demers with us down at the Bay
Hey,
of
come
LA.
here. Go
And
say hi to Danny.
He got messed up.
Steve
because
Hooten is here fishing with an
hardcore
oxygen
fisherman, and
tank.
He loved everybody.
He wants to say hi to Danny. He watches your show all the time.
Hey.
Walk out there.
Come on.
How you doing?
Good. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for
Yeah.
your support. You know, we
Good
can't
trip
do it
out
without
there.
that. You guys had an awesome
Everybody
trip.
needs to get out there that has a disability and go catch some fish.
There you go.
Enjoy
there
your
you
life.
go. You got
Right
it.
on.
Nothing's better than that.
Before it ends.
Yep, absolutely. I'm glad you killed him. That's awesome. That's
I gotta go home.
Thank you, Steve. Steve, we love you.
Take care. Good seeing you. You bet. Yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you soon.
Phenomenal.
yeah.
Phenomenal.
All right, let's do that.
All right, and I got some. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much.
This is what's so cool about our fishing
Yes.
community. Isn't
Right?
it, Phil?
Yeah.
It's our fishing community.
I'm
I mean,
telling you, man, this is good stuff. All right, Danny, we're kind of settling down here. Hey, everybody, sorry for, it's been a little crazy, but we're just getting in from a 2.5-day trip on the Apollo. We had 37 bluefin tuna to 150 plus pounds. Great trip. Now we're going to talk it's the Danny Kadota Show. Danny, how about I read a couple of comments?
Absolutely.
All right, Dan Smith says, way to go, Phil, and everyone, fishermen and women, and the crew of the Apollo. Hello, Friedman Adventures family and everybody watching for the first day or first time. Have a blessed day. Dan and Kim, we love you guys. Thank you so very much. Southern Hallie says, good to have you back on land. Phil, great job on your trip. Thank you so very much. Rob S. is enjoying all the coverage we had out front. Awesome, guys. Awesome job, guys, says Israel de la Cruz. Rob S., when's the next trip? Our next trip is going to be September 24th through 26th out of Seaforth Sport Fishing on board the Apollo. And anybody out there wants our remaining 2 charters, we may add a couple more. 657-227-6459. Send me a text. I'll send you the list after the show today. Tell Michael Limon, Paulina is watching. The tuna are getting closer. Paulina's watching him, Danny.
All right.
Tuna Kid, Steve, you are an inspiration to many of us. God bless you. Talking about Steve, who fishes with an oxygen tank. He is truly an inspiration. He loves your show.
That's a trooper.
He got on a fish, couldn't really land it. Obviously, but he did his very best.
It's my God, my heart goes out because is that dedication?
Yes.
That's dedication.
100%.
And the fellowship with guys like that, that's where it's at.
100%.
We did that even on our trip down in Mexico. It was the same deal. Just being around the people, it's worth it alone.
Yeah. Robert Ganji says, and the legendary Danny Kadota is in the house. Man, you got a lot of fans here, Danny.
Yes, I was wounded down there.
Yeah, well, what about that? Why don't you tell us?
We had certain goals, and it was almost too easy, Phil.
Yeah.
We got out there the first morning, snagged up some nice macks, and ran out. And the first stop, I think I was done in 5 casts, Phil.
Really?
It was pretty crazy, and they're all nice fish. But, that's how it went. Flat calm, just beautiful. I got to be around my brother and my son, Corey.
Yeah.
And my brother Steve finally jerked him off the boat so he could relax and go fish himself.
Yes.
And then he's also doing the 8-day with me at the end of this week coming up too. So, we're going to go into fish mode big time here soon.
Yeah, heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
8-day trip is when?
We leave on Saturday and they come back the next, I think it's next Sunday or Monday, something like that.
You're leaving this coming Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
You got to be excited about that.
Oh, yeah. I heard we're going the distance. That's all I'll say, but we're going the distance and it's on. So, it's fishing. You never know what's going to happen.
Right.
But from what I gather from my intel, we should have good odds.
Yeah, heck yeah. Big yellows down there.
Big yellows.
There's been a lot of good fishing down that way.
Yep. So I'm excited.
Rob Bass says Father's Day is coming. Hopefully the wife will get me my 9-foot Cal Star. That would be lovely. I hope she does too, Rob. Isaac says, good evening, gentlemen. Great fishing for both of you. Sounds like a great adventure. It truly was. As you might be able to hear in my voice, I've lost my voice a little bit. It'll have to recover, Danny. I was out there yelling and screaming. Those bluefin trips are galley bunk trips. Nap in the galley. That is so true. You cannot be napping down in the stateroom because you might miss it.
You go on, you slide on one bunch of fish, and they may go off, and they may, might be the only one for the night. You never know. So
Yeah.
You gotta put your due diligence on the rail there.
And they got a nutcase on this particular trip because every time the boat would pull back and slow down, I'd start yelling and screaming, here we go! Get ready!
Oh, I'm like that too.
Getting everybody excited, Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. Rob S. says, we are between an El Nino and a La Nina weather. Cycles affects the ocean. Once everything settles, we will see what's going to hang out here off the coast. And he is absolutely 100% right. Because
that water's still cool offshore, isn't it?
It sure is. The other day, Mission Bay, bait receiver, Irvingham Brothers, reported 80% anchovy, 20% sardine at the receivers.
Stand by.
Yeah, it sounded good, right?
Yeah, yeah. You got that. You get the cooler water and anchovies.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
Mackey's lovely wife has just walked in the house. Now she's going to have to put up with him. Yes, his lovely wife, because he's a hero now. This is like out of control.
That's right.
Are you out of here? Give me 5. Armin, good to see you. Thank you so much, Jesse.
Yeah, of course.
You provided us with such great stuff. Do you know Danny?
Yes.
Oh, all right, perfect.
Yeah.
Armin,
Good.
thank you. I get up when I'm doing this, and I just want to say
Yes.
thank you. Good to see you.
How you doing, Armin? How you doing, man?
You guys have a great day.
All right.
All right, thanks you guys.
Thanks for
Take
stopping
care.
by. This is
Yeah,
so cool.
no problem.
This is so cool, Phil.
Yeah, right?
Being in the heart of all this.
Man, that was something else, let me tell you. Great trip.
That's awesome.
What's happening, my friend? What's up? Yeah, Phil Frieman.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Jim Mulvihill.
Hey, Jim. Oh, shoot, from back at Bishop Montgomery days?
Yep.
Oh, my God. Take that for a second. Just stand out there. Oh, wait. No, I need it too.
Yeah, you
Jim,
need that too.
Jim, what the heck? How are you? Good to see you.
Yeah.
Here you go. You can stand right here and talk to me. Well, but you want people to see you?
Where do I need to be?
Well, you're right here. You can stand here. We'll let him jump in the camera at the very end. But, Jim, what are you doing? Are you going fishing tonight?
I'm going out on the Freedom tonight.
Wow, man.
I went out 2 weeks ago. Did pretty good. Not great, but good.
Yeah.
And want to do it again. So that's it.
All right. We just got back in on the Apollo, and Danny, that was a great trip, right?
Yeah,
I
that's
talked to the guy out
awesome.
in the parking lot. He said you guys really knocked him dead out there. So
Appreciate you.
that's good. I don't think we'll do that good on the Freedom, but
Good. How's it going, man?
We're hoping you do. Jim, and after all
This is
these
so
years,
cool.
it is really
So cool
great to
being
see you,
down
my
here.
friend.
The heart of everything.
Why don't you
going
you
on.
can
We
walk
got it
out there
all
and
on
just
camera,
wave into
too,
the
so it's
camera
even better.
so we have
Yeah, this is.
we can't see those guys though, but that's all right.
okay. Yeah.
Step
That's
right in the
okay.
middle
How you
there,
doing?
Jim.
No way, Danny. Yeah.
Take care, my friend. Good to see you, Dave.
That's it right there. That's
All right,
that's what they're
perfect.
like nowadays.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Perfect, Jim.
An old friend of Phil Frieman, who we used to
Yeah,
go
thank you.
fishing on the half-day boats out of Redondo Beach back in the 70s.
We all did that. That was my days too.
Yeah.
You haven't changed a bit, Jim.
No, not a bit. I've only gained about 150 pounds.
Yeah, really. And I've got all my hair still.
Yeah.
Jim, good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Thank you, man, and good luck on your trip tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, this is like a reunion. Thank you. If you want to sit here and
That is so
listen, you're
cool.
more than welcome to do
Get
it.
my gear out of the car and get all squared away.
All right, we'll go get them tonight.
Decided at the last minute to do this trip.
Thank you, Jim.
Sure thing.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Stay in touch.
You know, that is what's so cool about being down at the landing.
Yeah, I mean, I have
The energy that's down here, it's like people walking around, you can put a light bulb in their mouth and there's so much juice going on, the light bulb just goes.
I know. I
Everybody's
haven't seen
fired
that
up.
guy for high school. So when's that? 50? How old am I? 66?
Wow.
66.
So that'd be
Wow.
50 years ago?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy,
that
right?
is.
Jim Mobley. I remember the name
Yeah.
though, so
Oh,
kind of
that's
remember what he looks like. Good. He seems like a lovely guy, so that's great. Is your wife going to be able to put up with your nonsense after all this? I'm talking to Mackie now, who rescued the damsel in distress on the boat. Is your wife going to be able to put up with you?
Maybe. I have no clue. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when I pull that hero stuff.
That's
Do you want to
awesome.
introduce her or not?
That's
Is she
awesome.
camera shy? Oh. All right, and also, Mackie, you don't have to sit around here if you don't want to. You can, whatever you want to do. Hey, another gentleman saying goodbye to us. Cliff, it was great seeing you. Why don't you go out there with Danny? Here.
Hey, good. Everything's good, man.
Cliff, you want to take this and tell everybody how the trip was? Step to the middle there.
Yeah.
Trip was
There you go.
absolutely incredible. Great crew, great boat, great food, great people with us. Bluefin fishing was outstanding. Big fish, tough fish. We fished hard and we got what we came for. Excellent trip. Very, very, very happy.
What do you think, Danny?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was following you guys too.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
Yeah, I
That's
believe
awesome.
I believe you were posting stuff.
Yeah.
As we
Awesome.
went, I could hardly wait to go home and see what happened.
Dude, you got a giant fish. You were on your fish for 40 minutes.
45 minutes. Yeah, it taped out about 128. So.
Nice.
Oh, that's a good fish.
Yeah, he was a little skinny for his length, but you can't complain.
Danny, he's been fishing for 100 years. Cliff.
Yeah.
He probably knows a lot.
Well, I
of the things
actually
that
did
we
a
do know.
worked on the Cherokee Geisha a little bit with Jerry
Oh, you
Scholl
kidding?
back in the '80s. We came down. Him and I and
Oh my
Carl
God!
came down and
Now who was
and pinheaded-
Billy running it? My
Your
brother.
was
My
running
brother
it.
was still running.
Yeah.
So that was
Mhm.
right after we rebuilt it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh wow!
But yeah,
Cool.
those guys stayed down there and got deckhand jobs and became captains. I went to college, so
You know what? It was the
It's all
opposite.
good,
I went
though.
to college. I got out. My dad said, "What are you gonna do?" I had all these job
I
offers.
remember
said,
the story about
Yeah,
that.
true. And I said, "You know what?" And you're there too. I mean, you know where our hearts are at.
Absolutely.
And you know, like we told all the people, you know, and this guy right here, Michael Lamone's one of those guys. So, you know, you can go do your diligence doing school and everything. And when I got out of college, I had these job offers, and you know, my dad said, "So, which one did you pick?" I go,
You can
"Neither."
make your
He
own
goes,
way
Yeah.
if you
What are you
make
gonna
the
do?
right choice and never
I'll
have
go
to work
work
a
on
day
a
in your
boat.
life.
And that's it. That's exactly it. To this day.
Yep.
You know, and you know the blessings are going to come because when your heart's behind it and you love doing it, it's not work. It's not work. You're doing it. It's your passion.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
Very good.
you'll take it to different levels. You know.
Mhm.
And I took mine to a level where we got hurt last week.
Dislocating your shoulder on
fished so
Cabrera,
hard
I
on
know.
Cabrera.
You told me it
And
popped out.
we got up to 95. Steve's yelling at us, and my brother and I both sitting down. My son Corey is still fishing, right?
Right.
He says, "Get up, let's get the 100 right now." I says, "Yeah, we got tomorrow." You know, and he says, "No, let's do it now." So I was at the chiropractor today.
Oh yeah, you were
My
yeah.
shoulder's out of the socket. So when you put it back in, I go, "Well, that feels different."
Yeah, feels like it's back where it
So
belongs,
yeah, well, that's what I'm still dumb enough to keep fishing with something out of the socket. But you know,
there's no quit.
yeah,
You know,
that's
it's like
that's
Dave
fishing,
Hansen.
right?
If we could fish in a puddle, we would do. If we thought there was a fish in it, we would
That's
do
it. That's it.
And it's the same
That's it.
thing.
That's
It's all about
fisherman.
getting a bite.
That's it.
It's all about getting a bite.
Absolutely.
That's for sure.
Absolutely. Well, that's great. You guys had a great trip.
Yeah,
That's
it was
awesome.
excellent.
And great people. I mean, that's the best part, you know.
Absolutely.
And then you got
Great group, and then we got this guy.
You got the entertainer.
You got this
Come
guy
on.
right here.
We had you, Cliff. What are you talking about?
All the kill box spill was pretty good.
Well, we had the girl going overboard, the kill box spill. We had giant fish.
There you
Man,
go.
There was all kinds of stuff going on.
There you go. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Nothing better.
Yeah,
That's
you got it,
right.
Michael.
That's right.
Nope. Time to go home, and all I want to do is turn around and go back.
Yep.
Turn around and go
Yep.
back. So
Yeah, I heard I'm headed straight for the rocks Saturday.
yeah, that's what you're telling
That's
me.
what I hear. Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Yep. All right. Well, I got
Yeah.
Cal waiting for me outside.
All right. Well, good seeing you.
He
Thanks for
needs a ride home. I found
Cool.
out he lives right around the block from me, so
Oh, cool. That's
I
awesome.
got another fishing buddy.
That's
Hey,
awesome.
thank you so much.
Hey, no problem.
You
Cliff,
bet.
you're the man.
You behave
People
yourself.
dropping in on us from our trip.
You behave yourself.
Oh,
Good
yeah,
people.
man.
Danny, have a good
Hey,
time
good
down
seeing
there.
you. You bet, bud. We'll see you.
Love you, Cliff.
Love you too, man.
All right. Take care, my friend. Good stuff.
All right. You take care.
People can't get enough. We're still, what do you got there? Oh, your lovely wife brought that for her?
I got it. I'm
Oh.
field testing. I actually did it down there Bay of LA, but straight graphite railroad.
Yeah, just keep it at the 16.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I got Paqueta. I got my first Paqueta on it. So yeah. Okay.
There comes, oh, hey, go ahead, Mike.
All right.
I'm not Mike, so go ahead.
No, I know, you eat.
Oh, go ahead, but carry on.
What's up, Danny?
Good. Hey, the fish, obviously.
Yeah, it was a good trip.
And Tony's up. Here.
Yeah, Tony, get in here.
I think Tony came in for the chicharrones. I think Tony came in for the chicharrones. Oh, you don't have to suck up that much, Michael.
What did he say?
He says, one of my favorite people here.
He still wants that store discount.
Oh, good move.
No, that is Tony Gonzalez. Man, can everybody hear me? No.
That was Tony Gonzalez, manager of 2030 Landing.
Perfect.
Yeah. And those are chicharrones flying around.
Yeah, I figured
Not
he'd,
mine.
With
yeah,
Phil
I figured
talking.
he'd be
Yeah.
hungry, so I got Uber Eats to
Perfect.
deliver him some food. Thanks, honey.
Oh, good.
Danny, what'd you catch down
Hey,
there?
Bob.
You know, we had a phenomenal time. I mean, the main thing I love going down there for us, I still have a bucket list in my life, and Baqueta was one of them. You know, the groupers that they
Yeah.
get down there. And I took that Lamaglass straight graphite railroad for that. We're fishing 100 for those things. And I was lucky. I got a good one. So I scratched that one off. And then the big thing is to fish the Cabrera. you know.
Yeah.
And I had my brother and my son Corey with me, and we wailed on them.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
I guess we wailed so much, I had no idea, but my shoulder was bugging me, and it turned out I went to the chiropractor today. It was out of socket. He had to rotate it to get. So Steve, who was saying, "Come on, we need 5 more fish to hit 100," I said, "Man, I'm done. I'm
That's
sitting
awesome.
there," and he has that on video. I'm just sitting there, and I said, "I'm cooked." My brother's sitting there. Corey is the only one fishing, right?
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
the next morning we got up and we had finished off our 100 fish, and 9 o'clock in the morning. So for the barn, we're going to the barn. We're gonna go have breakfast, go to the museum, you know, and in the Bay of Los Angeles, and just kick back.
Oh,
But
that's
what a
awesome.
beautiful trip!
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome. That's good to hear.
So
Did
it
you
was
bring home
awesome.
any fish?
Yeah, we did. We did. We brought home. Well, see, Cabrilla and Vaqueta and those and the yellowtail. I mean, um, all tremendous eating fish, you know. But it's just so nice down there. We innovated something new, which you're going to find anytime you travel with Steve. He told me, you know, when he does his fishing travels around the world. But we did a camp out on the beach on the island, North Island, and just calm all night. We had these tents with screens and everything, but it was so warm. I mean, it was so nice. I had my shorts and a t-shirt on, my flip flops, and it wasn't until 4 in the morning my brother caught a cramp, and he goes, "Hey man, do you have any salt pills? You got anything for this?" And I said, "No, but I'll go out and keep you company." So we went out and sat in the chair, and we're looking at the stars. It's like you could reach up and grab the stars, just so clear and beautiful. And finally, at about 4 o'clock, I put a light windbreaker on, and there was still no wind, but it was just a little bit of a. I think it dropped below 70, maybe.
Oh man.
You know,
You
and
didn't
it's
have to
just
cuddle
beautiful.
up. Oh, you're in
So
trouble.
no, it was phenomenal. So we got up in the morning, we made a breakfast. We caught a bunch of cabrilla, and I said, the barn. 9 o'clock, we kicked it for home, and we just went in, went to the museum, and just had lunch. We had such a great time. It was
Oh, that's
unbelievable.
awesome.
So
That's good to hear.
mission accomplished.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
What do you do when you get back, when you're aching like that? Do you have like a
Well, I
process
had
that you
no
go through
idea.
after?
I had no idea it was that bad. One of my good friends, he's my chiropractor, Gary Yanagihara. He and his brother, they're all fishermen too.
Yeah.
And his dad was too.
Yeah.
In fact, they're right across the street from where the original Salis, factory was, Salis Lures
Oh,
in Southgate.
that's so cool.
Right. And so, so Gary put me back, and he's rotating my shoulder and goes, "Hey, it's out of socket." I go, "Oh, well, that explains it." I was hurting.
You
At first I'm
probably
thinking,
could have got more than 100 if it was inside.
yeah, I said, "I'm getting to be a sissy here," but no, it was legit. He said it was out, rotated out. So I popped it back in. I feel much better. And on Saturday, I'll be on the American Anglers.
Oh, there he goes, boys. There he goes.
You got to tough it out, right?
That's awesome. I mean, you're adjusted now, so it's in
Oh,
socket.
it's back in.
So
It's
maybe
back
you
in.
can hit past 100 now.
Yeah. Well, no, now we're going to be going fishing I think we're going down to the rocks, fish the yellows. And
You're going to
tuna
stretch a
and
little
stuff.
bit more this
Yeah,
time?
I'll stretch a little bit more. Well, they actually stretched me. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's the idea.
Oh, that's awesome. Any questions?
Game plan.
Yeah, stay there, Mackie. You're doing a great job.
Yeah,
On the
that's
road.
awesome, eh? Come on.
I love it. Let's see. Steve Bermudez. Sounds like a great trip. Keep the ball rolling. And to think it all started with the Island Spirit. I think he's right. We had such a great trip on the Island Spirit. And now the ball is rolling, and we had another great trip, great weather, right?
Yeah, we're moving.
Oh yeah,
We're moving through
rolling
these
right
trips.
into summer. We haven't even
Doug Rubin from San Diego saying hello to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel family. Rob S., I'd rather work on a boat than go to college. Yeah, well, why not, man? Right? If you're gonna,
something. And I'm gonna tell you this. This is a true story. I went to college really to stay out of the Vietnam War. Okay, and but I had goals. Initially going in, I thought maybe I was going to be a dentist or something. I was pre-med, and as I got through it, I ended up with a degree in economics and then one in sociology. But when I got out, I had a couple job offers waiting for me that were offered to me. and they're very lucrative. And so my dad knew about that, right? And I think I mentioned this before, but he says, "So which one did you take?" I says, "Neither." He goes, "What are you going to do?" I said, "I'm going to go work as a deckhand on a boat." And he fell off the chair laughing.
You don't know until you try it.
No, and I'll tell you. And he looked, he says, "Yeah, you're going to work for $40 a day plus tips." And I says, "Yeah, pretty much." And I did, But just shows you when your heart's in it and you're following your passion, everything's going to work out because it's not work. If it's something you love to do, it's not work. Right, Michael?
Yep.
You love to, it's just not work, and you're going to keep pursuing it. You're going to innovate new things, new techniques, new tackle. You're going to be up on all the new gear out there. And, that's what drives you, staying up on that edge. You got to be on that leading edge, but you keep going. So if it's in your heart, you're not, you can't beat it. Yeah.
All right, good stuff. Keep going there.
Yeah.
Great job, Mackie and Danny. I love your show tonight. You're not getting anywhere out of there, Mackie.
There you go, Mackie. Perfect.
Danny, you sound like Martin Riggs from Lethal Weapon movies. Martin Riggs, which character was that? Was that that?
I don't know.
That was
we're gonna have
what's
to
his name?
Google it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob Gibbard is here.
Hey, Bob, what's
Got
up?
a couple fish.
Hey,
Bob's a hero.
Awesome.
Introduce yourself to Mackie's wife there, by the way.
We met at the Rod and Gun tour.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
She came by and swooped the quesadilla.
All right, perfect. John Dulay. Hey, guys, I just got a new reel, a Penn 60 LD with 100-pound hollow core braid and a top shot of 100-pound monofilament with Daiwa rod 2-piece. What is your thoughts about that combo? I think that is a freaking magnificent combo. What do you think, Maggie?
Well, the reel sounds great, but did you say a 2-piece?
Yes. I'm not sure if that's his bathing suit or the rod.
Okay, let's hope it's a bathing suit.
Yeah.
You probably, what do I know? But I would say a 2-piece for a rail rod, fishing 100-pound. I think you're putting one element of doubt or risk that you're taking that, you're risking fishing 100-pound anyway. You're going to be maxing that thing out to its, to its very max. And with a 2-piece, you're going to be stressing that ferrule. So, unless it's been tested, you might want to bring a backup just in case.
We have an expert in Carson who knows all about this.
Yes, Monday night.
Oh, yeah, we talked to Sam. Yeah.
Monday night.
Absolutely.
Tackle Shop Confession.
Absolutely.
AKA the Sack, that is Isaac. What are your thoughts on the wind coming up this weekend? Dan, it's going to blow.
Well, I hope it blows us down to the rocks. I'm leaving on Saturday, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah, was it coming out of the west?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
okay,
pretty,
so we'll be in the trough.
Yeah.
Well, we might have it a little bit. We're going a little south, so it might be a little.
It wasn't
bit.
that bad, but I was like, oh, this wasn't
Might
the
be
lake that we were traveling on the whole time.
Right.
Brian Wilson says the FA curse may be broken.
It's been broken.
Yes.
You should not see the salmon grouper we caught a couple
Brian
weeks
Wilson,
ago.
I love him. He says that Dark Cloud Phil may need a new nickname. Brian, thank you, my friend.
White Cloud Phil.
John Delay's got backup. Tuna Kid. Hey, Mackie, you need a red lifeguard shirt next time you go out for honorary lifeguard on the Friedman Adventures charters. Oh my God, I'm surprised that you're going to become a sex symbol now or something.
We've got limited edition shirts coming in.
What happened? I mean, so guys are joining us late. Go ahead, tell the story one more time.
No, you're gonna have to tune in on the other video and watch it to see what happened on our trip.
No, Mackie, tell it right now. No, I'm going to sneak one of these shrimp in.
yeah,
Michael ate his, and I'm looking over there going, well, that looks pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sitting there by the bait tank.
Yeah.
Just watching everyone, waiting for someone to hook up.
Yeah.
Jesse hooks up. Everyone, another hookup in the bow, tangle in the bow. Things
Uh-huh.
are going. I'm like, well, I'll just wait till someone says color, and I'll run over there and start filming it. All I heard was, ah! And I turn, and all I see is boots. Boots in the air. Just boots, top of boots. And I'm like, that's not good. So I don't know where my camera went. I jumped up, and just slam her legs down, and we just both end up on the floor. Wow. And then that's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a save, huh?
Yeah. It Yeah, getting
Unreal.
everyone's POV on it on the trip. I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, I didn't think anything of it. I was just like,
Oh,
oh,
that's awesome.
everyone was like, that was amazing. I was just like, I think I'm still in shock because it was literally the first
Golden
hour.
Glove Award.
It was literally the first hour of the trip.
Why?
First drop, first hour, and it's just, yeah, it was crazy. It set a very fun precedent for the rest of the trip.
That's awesome.
So we
Yeah.
got to joke about it the whole time. So
that's
it,
so
it was
cool.
a good, it was
That's awesome.
It was a good thing it happened.
Okay, Phil.
Isaac says, Phil, I hope you said hello to Shad for me. I loved his interview on the save. Shad was great, right?
Yeah, Shad was awesome. Yeah.
What was his role in that?
He was right next to her. He was the first one with Bob to grab her immediately, But I think they were working something out. So they both had one arm around her. So she was barely just kind of teetering over.
And she's holding on to the
Yeah,
rod.
she was holding. She was not gonna let go of that rod. Her husband just made that rod, so she's like, I'm gonna land this fish and I'm gonna keep my rod even if I go in the water. So
The thing at that point, it's hard to do, but what you really want to do too is if it's a lever drag, you want to back off on the drag a little bit so it does get that way it gets her
yeah,
back.
I
in
think it was
control.
just
Yeah.
one good tug,
Oh.
and she was just kind of startled because she's
Yeah.
she's a little smaller,
Right,
so it was
right,
just like,
right.
That leverage
Sure. Sure.
flung her over, and I was just like, oh, boots, that's slam.
Mackie, have you ever seen a bite like that before with what we experienced? And how was it for you?
I think close to the Cortez was kind of a replicant of what that was. That chaos, everyone's moving, tangles are getting out. It's tough. You have to keep your head on a swivel and just keep moving. Like I wasn't fishing, I was just filming.
Yeah.
And there's just so many moving parts, and to dodge so many parts, moving gaffs coming at heads, like poles, jigs. It's intense. If you're not 100%, like I can see where it could get a little dicey out there. So you have to be
It
alert.
gets wild.
Yeah, you
It-
have
it
to be
can
alert.
get wild.
It is very
Really wild.
important
Yeah.
that you be alert.
But
Good
crew, absolutely.
Oh, they killed it. They coached some people through some big fish, and
That's
they landed
awesome.
them.
That's
We had
great.
very little casualties on this trip, and I was so
That's
stoked for those
awesome.
guys.
Yeah, that's terrific. Yeah, that's
All right, Danny, how about we go back to the Bay of LA?
Sure.
What's the drive like down there? How does that all go?
well, ironically, we had two parties come down because our other party, the other four guys came down. Oh, and actually, no, it's five because Pete Demers was in that too. So the five of them went down, and they went through Mexicali. So they went down and they Mexicali down to, and we all met down at San Felipe. And I had to go pick Steve up at Rosarita. So we came down the coast, went through TJ, and then we met up with Steve, and Steve took his car, so we had two cars. So that's one of the first things as a travel guy. Steve says what you always do is you travel in at least caravans of two cars, so you have a backup car too, for safety, for a lot of different reasons. So we had, and then we all met up at San Felipe, and then we caravanned it from there back
Oh,
down
that's
to the Bay of
awesome, man.
LA. Just a beautiful drive, and for the guys for the first time, they were just stoked.
That's so awesome. You
know?
all the leg room with
Oh,
two cars.
absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Bring a bunch of
But
stuff
the
you
two
want.
cars has a lot to do with the safety factor for whether either you get a flat or for anything else. You must much less. We've never had a problem, but I think that may have something
Well,
to
that's
do
a
with
great
it.
idea.
And we saw a lot of patrols, which was comforting too. They were all, they're National Guard or they're police were on it the whole time. So
that's awesome.
it was great. And then we stopped to eat, and it's just a beautiful drive, just an absolute beautiful drive.
You see any other life out there, like sharks or anything like that?
Oh yeah, all kinds of stuff. We saw whales, and right now there's a lot of the whales that are spawning, and so what they do, they have preserve areas. So they kind of try to route their lines away from the inside, so they shoot out and go around the island, or they run to the island and run alongside.
Oh, that's
because
cool.
more of the spawning areas are toward the inside.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, it's cool. So the wildlife part of it's tremendous too.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
it's just beautiful down there.
Yeah,
Weather was great.
So raw.
Yeah. At night reach out and you feels like you can grab the stars.
Oh,
And
you
like
must
I
have
said,
felt like a kid again, camping out,
Oh,
staring up.
I was in heaven.
That's
Like,
awesome.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
I was in heaven, and I mean, literally, the stars felt like you could reach out and grab them.
See Mufasa up in there, talk to you.
I didn't even put on a windbreaker until like 4 in the morning, and it was like I said, my brother caught a cramps. He said, "Man, do you have anything for the cramps?" I said, "No, but I'll sit out there with you on the chair." And at 4 in the morning, and that's when we finally put on a little light windbreaker. You know, but I mean,
awesome.
other than that, there was no wind. It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
You try anything different that
You know-
that you didn't think that was going to work that you threw out there?
You know, it was no. I think we pretty much dialed it in pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the first day with the yellows, I made, I think it was 6 casts to get my limit of 5. You know, and we were fishing nice max, and one of us, I think I just swung too quick.
Oh,
you
they
usually
said-
you gotta feed it to them, let them
Yeah.
eat it pretty good. So you know, they were all really nice yellows. So we had excellent.
Later, brother.
See you on the next one.
Yep, I'll send you your stuff.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
John
Hey,
Garma.
good meeting you, bud.
see you, bud.
All right. Take care.
Take care, John.
Later, guys. Love you, man.
All right. Yeah. So no, it was just phenomenal. I mean, you couldn't choreograph the trip any better.
Oh, that's
You know.
beautiful.
So we had the agenda. The first day we were done with the yellowtail.
Yeah.
There was yellowtail all over. We just didn't fish them.
Yeah.
You know. I got my Baqueta the second day. We were fishing the deep water, and that was neat because I was able to fish that new straight graphite Lama glass 100-pound rod, which I'm going to take that on the American Angler with
Oh,
us,
that's
too.
all. How'd
You
it
know,
do?
next week?
Killed them?
Unbelievable.
That's
You know, generally, even with those grouper, you can get them 40, 50 feet off the bottom. They'll put their head down, and they can still take line. Because of the quick recoil off the graphite, they never got their heads on.
Never got a chance?
Never got their heads. And I had it matched with the 1000 Valiant, you know, and, you know, that reel is so light compared to anything else we have out there, you know, but yet it's powerful, you know, the drag system. So you had, you know, lightest reel available, a straight graphite, which is the lightest rail rod made, you know, and you just couldn't bet it. But I mean, the bottom line was that the fish never got a chance to get their head on me because it's so light, it's recoiling fast.
Yeah.
You know,
Doesn't give them a chance.
Yeah, because what happens when you got a heavy railroad or something, it's got to recover its own weight before it could actually do any lifting. Guys may not understand. They think it's heavier, it's better. No, it's not, because it's got to recover its own weight before it can do any lifting. And so I kind of attribute that, but it never got its head on me for fishing a snug drag, but also because of the quick recoil in the graphite.
No, that's awesome.
Isaac wants to know if you could talk a little bit more about the rod you were testing.
Oh, this is that graphite
'cause I'm
graphite
walking.
rail
Were you
rod.
talking about that?
Yeah, this is the graphite rail rod I'm talking about. Phil, it was not only just light, but it was the recovery was just so quick. You know, when you have it blended with glass or you have fiberglass in it, the weight alone, it's got to recover its own weight. Fishing rod has to recover its own weight before it can do any lifting. So if you got a heavy rod and a slow reacting material like glass, you know, by the time you get moving on it, if they get their head down, they're going to take line. They get their head down, they're going to take line. They never got a chance with this graphite. It's so fast, you know, the recoil is so fast. They never got a chance to get their head on it. So
Oh, that's awesome.
I just ground it.
That's
put it in low and just
You must have
just
felt,
turn the handle.
You must have felt like you had like magic. Just magic in your hand.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Just the comfort level, the weight, the whole outfit with that
all
accurate
balanced.
1000 with the
That's
great. With that rod was phenomenal. So I can't wait to smoke that, you know, next week down below.
Oh, you
too,
will.
'cause
You're
that's
gonna
going to be
kill
yeah.
All right, one of your favorites, Cool Granddaddy.
Oh, Abe.
Abe is here. Howdy, Phil, Danny, and my hero, Mackie. Please keep working out. You're about the only one strong enough to hold my fat butt down on the boat. Mackie, so
You got
Abe
credited
wants
with a lot of assists, huh?
Abe's great.
That's out of my pay grade, Abe.
All right, Ken Trenholm says, hello, Friedman Adventures family. I'm happy to hear you didn't lose anyone overboard, Phil, but that would be one way to get a viral video to trend. Oh,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. I went to go save her instead of
Yeah.
hitting the
No,
record button.
You're better off. You're better off. Trust me.
Hector X says, good evening, Friedman Adventures family. I'm watching my favorite show and eating tuna collars from my trip on the Tomahawk. Fun trip
Nice.
with good people and a great crew. Thank you so much, Hector. Do you like eating
Oh yeah, the collars. Very much.
How do you cook? How do you prepare
I,
them?
I just grill them. When I do it, I just grill them, and I usually put a little garlic butter top, on top, and just sear it.
That sounds so
Yeah,
good right
it
now.
just
That
it
sounds
is
so
very
good.
good, very rich. But yeah,
I can't
it's
wait
good.
to slam into this tuna.
Oh
and
yeah,
this
that's
rockfish.
awesome. Yeah, you're gonna have a blast.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah, cool.
More about Bay of LA? Any other questions you might have about? Because we should go down there.
Oh my God, Phil, it goes back in time. You talk about transcending time. I mean, it's beautiful. We'll make a reservation at this one lady has this beautiful house. It's huge, and she'll seat 3 parties a night up on top on her roof on top. But it's put like a palapa over the top, and she made like the shrimp rellenos for us. And she'll make a special dish one night every night, for different parties, and we brought our whole gang up there, and everybody went nuts. But the thing is, looking at that panoramic view of the Bay of LA, there's nothing prettier. And we had perfect weather. During those days that we fished, there was no wind.
Oh,
The day
that's-
we left, it was howling, so we got out of there just in the nick
Oh,
of
you
time.
had the Freeman blessing on
Yes,
the weather.
absolutely. But there's so much to do. There's an old museum, and it really goes back in time, and I can think back to I'm sure when my dad and his buddies went down there.
Yeah.
It was probably a little more primitive, but the accommodations were tremendous. The pricing's old school. I mean, you won't even believe some of the stuff.
To
going
let
on.
us know. What
Like
was it?
the tacos and stuff like that. I can remember there was being less than $1 before, but everything is so dang cheap by our standards here. Everything's a deal.
That's awesome. The
and
dollar
the
tacos.
and the people are awesome. The dogs wandering all over are so mellow.
Really?
Yeah. Oh,
You're just
yeah.
going up and petting
Yeah,
them? Or?
they're just they walk. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
That's
they're so chill. You usually get stray dogs. You got to worry. You never know if you're going to get your hand back or not. But they're all really, really kicked back. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe you could explore safety and did he ever feel threatened?
Yeah. Did you feel threatened at all? But you travel in the caravan, so
we travel in caravan, and then when you're in town, it's very safe. It's a lot of families. It's old school, But there's protocols that you have to know and you follow, and it's like anywhere you go in the world. It's a respect level that you have for the locals.
Yeah, the people.
The people. You treat
Culture,
them like
yeah. You have to have
I
a little
don't
bit
think
of something.
that's anything that is any different. I mean, when you talk about transcending, that's how you want to treat people anywhere you go.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. And they were just absolutely awesome, So I love it down there. Yeah.
How come you guys didn't fish the yellowtail?
I did.
You did?
Yeah. Right off the bat, we went out and made nice max right there at the launch ramp. Tanked up, shot out. I think it was about, I think total, I think it was 5 casts, and I had my limit of, 6 casts, and I had
that's awesome.
had a limit. I missed one. I got bit, but I missed it.
You didn't use any tatties? You didn't use any tatties?
You know what? I probably should have, Michael, for Joey's sake. And I'm going to be using the tatties down at Lejos and
Yeah,
next
saving
week.
them. He's
Yeah,
saving them.
yeah.
That's what he was doing. He was saving them.
But it was easy fishing. I mean, it was fun. Have you ever caught a yellowtail on a mackerel? Okay, so what you do is you're using a bigger hook, like a 4 or 5 aught hook, but you got to let them run. You got to let them eat it. And we used to say when I was a little kid, they let it count to 10, before you set the hook. And you put it in, and you got to step back and really whack them. But I'm getting older, so I'm using graphite, so
His
I
shoulder
pretty
was
much
popped
step
out.
back,
His
put it,
shoulder was
yeah.
popped out. He had to stop.
point the rod and just shoot. So it was fun.
If you did use teddy lures, what color would you use?
I would use the macro pattern, or one of my favorites of all time, surface iron, is it's got a white top and it's got a green and blue
On the side.
on the side. Yeah, green and blue, and that's one of my all time favorites. Take care.
See you, Bob.
We'll see you. Yeah. So and it's a good place to practice and learn all that. It's a great place to take novice people that have gone down there for the first time because the pangeros are very helpful. They'll bait, they'll do everything for the first timers. But just tremendous, just tremendous. But you make your bait right there at the launch ramp, and then you shoot out, and there's
You have to do
so much,
everything.
so much fishing water.
There's no bait receiver.
Yeah, no bait receivers. Yeah.
He doesn't-
And there was a time, Michael, I remember being there one time where there's yellowtail at the launch ramp. I could see the yellows cruising around. You could probably caught fish making a pretty good cast. One of my 9-foot sticks probably nailed them, but they were small. They were like 6 to 10 pounds or so.
Yeah,
So
let
you don't
let
wanna-
us know if you want to see Michael make bait one day.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the Paulina video with the gaff?
Yes, I did. I was watching a whole bunch of stuff.
How many Dannies out of 10 would you give her for that gaff?
That was that goes all the way up.
10 Dannies out of 10. Any questions, Phil?
Danny.
Yeah.
Well, something else I know Marcus would be very interested in. I'm interested in. You guys stopped at an orphanage, or did something to help out down there, didn't
something,
you?
Phil, and something you might think about doing too, because you're the same way. Steve, you told me is more than just somebody that books the trips. He goes down and helps the communities out. And he made a stop, and what he does is he'll go and get some of the stuff that's dated, medical supplies that are dated, right? So he says, "Hey, we got a quick stop to make, right?" So we loaded the stuff in. He brings all these supplies from hospitals and things that are dated, and maybe just outdated by a couple days or whatever.
Yeah.
But he brings all these supplies down to these clinics down there, like in San Felipe, and they come out, and you can see them almost people in tears and thanking them, and you start thinking about the goodwill and stuff. It transcends more than just fishing, Phil, and it feels like that too. I know in his heart he'd be doing the same
are
thing.
you.
Yeah, but I mean, I saw that, and you talk about touching it. We take all that for granted here in this
How many
country.
miles is that away from here?
San Felipe.
San Felipe is probably 180.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not
it's
very
it's
far.
not
That's,
real far. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
like
it's
between
not-
here
yeah.
and a
Yeah.
little bit up north. So
Yeah.
it's just
Well,
it's
yeah.
just right down there.
Yeah.
It's just a couple miles away.
But what a difference that it makes for these people's lives. In this country, we're considerably spoiled in that things are dated and they have to throw them out. Well, Steve goes, collects it, takes it down there where they have nothing, and those things can save them. So my hat's off to Steve. Right now he's out. I think it's Indonesia. He's landed this morning. He was back there. He's on another one of his worldly trips, fishing trips. But when you can impact the places that you're going down there with goodwill like that, that helps all Americans, not just as fishermen. I mean, they really welcome and embrace you when you're doing stuff
That's
like
just
that.
people
But
helping
that's coming
people.
out of your heart.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
So my hat's off to Steve. Steve does that not just here, but he'll do that all over the world.
Oh, that's
We go into the jungles of Guyana and
Give out stuff.
and Brazil, and we'll bring stuff for them. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. But it's life changing watching stuff like that.
Speaking of changing lives, I'd like to give out a shout out to Mitchell Halberman, because he's like one of you guys. We need more people of that in this world. That's coming from a 12-year-old.
Hey, and well taken too.
Wise
You know what?
beyond his years.
Exactly. See, Michael, you're smart enough. You recognize that you're giving. You want to give back, and I was very blessed in the industry and some of the things that I've been able to do. But there's a time where you do. It's more gratifying to give back to the industry too. and also I'll fight for the industry when I see things that I think are stupid. I'm not gonna. I don't hold it. Well, I don't hold my tongue or my punches too much when it comes down to that. And I'm going to speak it. If I see something that I believe is wrong, I'm going to say it. Because I was brought up, what's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong, and there's no gray in between. There's that line, and you cross that line, it's different.
At the end of the year of my school year, me and my grandpa and my teacher had a talk, and my teacher was like, wow, I never had a kid that said something when something was wrong. He was right on top of when something was wrong.
You know what? That's the way it should be, right?
Yeah.
That's the way it should be.
Yep.
Yep. That's the way I was brought up. Because my dad and all the brothers, they were all old military guys too.
Yeah,
and
they let
had,
you know if you did something wrong real
and,
fast.
And you had a thing is you don't ever disgrace, and the thing is you don't ever disgrace our people. So that was another thing they held over our heads. You don't disgrace your race. They worked hard to keep it clean, and you better keep it in line too. So.
How long is your trip on the American Angler coming?
It's an 8-day.
8-day.
It's on Saturday, yeah. So I'm excited. I'm geared up. I've been sitting in my shed the whole time, rigging stuff, getting stuff, changing, putting all fresh line on, stripping stuff off that I use.
No, you're just having fun out there getting.
Oh yeah.
You're
That's
just
part
like,
of it.
oh, I don't need
That's
this
part of it.
anymore. I'm
No,
done with
it's just
this.
like a kid again,
Yeah. Well,
yeah. But I'm taking some different gear,
Do you know where you guys are going?
Yeah. I don't think I could
Oh,
disclose that, but you'll follow it online. I don't want to. But I'm ready.
That's awesome. How many people are on that boat?
I think we have 24.
24?
I think we have 24.
You
Yeah.
got any spots left?
He's jonesing to go fishing. We got to take you now. Now that we're back.
Michael, that's where you go to school, you do good, and it will happen. It's going to happen. Took me a long time before, I was too busy running single day boats to go on the long range stuff. But when it came time, it was well worth it. You could relax, and have fun with the crew and everything else. But you're gonna embrace it. You'll do well. Don't worry. You'll be there one day, guaranteed.
Phil, any questions?
No more questions.
Any comments?
Wow,
We
cool.
got to start to wrap this up pretty soon.
Yeah, sounds good.
We've been
Sounds
going
good.
around and that, but why don't you talk to Dean about Albuquerque and the possibilities this year? I don't think anybody can hear me, so go ahead.
Danny, Albacore this year?
Well, you just told me something about what's showing up in the receivers, and I have maintained that the water temp that we're seeing now
still the same.
are very conducive.
Yep.
So it's just a matter. We don't have that crystal ball, but just given those facts, the water temp and chovies, like I said, I would bet on it myself. So let's just keep our fingers crossed because that happens. That's one fish. They get people coming out of the woodwork. And for all the years, recently, the years that we've had where the guys are all bought all their rail rods and heavy stuff, they're going to go back into fly lining, live, anchovies. So it's going to be lighter, more finesse sticks. And it's a whole different fishing. So that will also jumpstart and help the tackle industry.
Yep.
So we see
Help
things
the
that are
crews
just-
go to sleep a little bit more.
Trolling feathers, different things,
Yeah.
drop back irons, stuff like that. But yeah, exactly. They'll get to sleep at night too. They'll get to sleep at night. Where right now, right, when those things are biting daytime and night.
It was brutal for them. Brutal.
It is brutal.
We didn't go to bed till like 4 a.m. twice, and I was just fishing.
That's how it is.
Everyone
Can you
was
imagine
falling
doing it every
asleep.
day in an 8-day?
Yeah.
It's horrendous.
I think we drove around for about an hour, and it was
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
All yours a cap. Everyone gets up and starts running to outside. It was the best thing in the world.
Yep.
Never seen a move a herd of people faster.
That's right. So let's keep our fingers crossed because that will change the game, and I think we need that refreshing.
Yeah.
Thing.
We do got a crystal ball. We got Phil today.
Hey, you little rat.
Oh!
Over here.
Michael, go rub it. Say, I wish I had a.
All right, that was a good one.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, comment. Tuna Kid. Michael, you give us hope for the future of the fishing industry. And to think that there were 12-year-olds out there like you makes me really, really happy. This man needs your thanks. He's recognizing you're a good kid.
Thank you, Tuna Kid. I really hope to meet you. Maybe on one of Phil's fishing trips. There's a possibility that I'm gonna be on that El Patron trip that Phil's going on. We just gotta ask the captain to let me go on by myself.
Well, you know what they call that? Pinhead.
Yes.
You're gonna. That's how you learn.
What
We
were your
brought in
What were your
kids.
grades like at the end of the year? Or should we cut the show?
Cut. Is that the answer, Mike? Don't worry. I got in a lot of trouble when I was a
How were
kid.
your grades?
They were good.
See?
Twos and threes.
What the hell's it, 2 and a 3?
Well, two.
Two's a C, huh?
Yeah, two's a C
And three's a B.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's right.
All right, cool granddaddy. That's right, Michael Limon. He loves you. DeZong, Duong. Hi, Danny, Phil, and Mackie. Dan, Danny, could you tell us what kind of gear and terminal tackle that you brought and think that other people should bring for fishing to the Bay of LA? What'd you bring and what do you think people should
Okay.
bring?
You know what we're fishing, which makes it really fun. You got to have your standard tackle for fishing yellowtail. So you're looking at mainly 40-pound outfits. So those guys down there like to use a little heavier, but I'd say a good 40-pound outfit. You know, loaded up with, and you take your choice of reel, anything that will cast, a mackerel, a heavy jig. You could probably cast a light jig with that same outfit. So you don't have a lot of redundancy because in the pongas you don't have the room to bring 8-10 sticks like we do on the long range boats. So find a nice 40-pound stick that you could yo-yo with. Throw surface iron, throw a live mackerel. That's your yellowtail stick. The cabrilla, you go a little lighter. I was using an accurate 400, and I made a mistake because as I was getting tired, I wasn't hitting my spots exactly where I wanted it, and they were coming off a couple feet on each side. The more tired I got, and if I had a bait caster like the Daiwa Lexus, or my son-in-law was using my son was using the Tranks, but the push buttons for throwing the stick baits, the Daiwa stick baits, and those things are ideal. And I fished what they considered light. I was throwing 30 and 40-pound lines, and some of those guys were using 80-pound Spectra to a short top shot of 80 on those, the Daiwa, the SKs, and the stick baits.
Were you just doing lighter so you can get out there more, or was there a reason for it? Or
Well, yeah, just because I was comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I know,
yeah,
And
you knew that equipment that you
yeah,
brought. Yeah,
exactly. And that same 30-pound outfit, I was doing those tuna on the Freedom, so I know what its capability is with the big fish. And if I could handle the tuna with that, the cabrilla had no problem with, But they are tough. They're not bass. They're grouper, So
They'll
keep
take
that
some-
in mind.
they'll
Yeah,
take some
yeah.
line.
You have to be able to put the screws to them. My mistake was I would take a push button reel next time because I could engage it and just grind. A couple of times my tail end of the cast, I'd have just a little bit of spare line. You'd strip it.
Yeah.
But with a push button reel, the minute you click it over, it's in gear.
It's done, yeah.
So you don't have to deal with that.
It's all
Fortunately, I was
one-handed,
able to get it out in time, and straighten it, and then start winding it. Boom, And even though I was off maybe 5 feet on some of these points, they must have been thick because we still got chewed. It was unbelievable fishing.
See, even a seasoned captain's learning something on.
Oh yeah.
on
Well,
every
you
one
know
of
what?
his trips.
Any astute fisherman, if you can't learn something new every time you go out there, you're not looking hard enough.
Yeah, even the
because it's there.
smallest things.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
smallest thing.
Absolutely. That's the one thing about fishing. And you can't build your repertoire if you don't keep learning. If you know everything, it already tells me what you know. Yeah. So, yeah.
All right, wrap it
That's
up,
a good
boys.
point.
Oh, no,
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
If you had any sport boat that you had to fish for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh boy, that's a tough one, Michael, because there's so much fun fishing locally too at the islands, and so much fishing, even in a small boat. But then the big boats get you down to the places that you can't always fish. Like I'm going next week. And so, it's kind of different depending on what you go, because I love those pongas in Bay of LA. I wouldn't want to fish a big sport boat down there.
Yeah, every boat's is
But if I'm
different,
out
unique.
all by myself out there in the Lejos rocks, I want to be in a bigger boat, and it's comfortable, Whereas we're running in day and night. So it depends on the destination you're going to.
Yeah, comfort.
Okay, yeah.
Comfort on different boats are vary, and it's really important, because if you're sleepy and you're uncomfortable on the boat, it's
Oh yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not fun.
So it just depends where you're going, Michael. You're gonna find that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Hector X says, Danny, you're so right about the Bay of LA. It's a beautiful place and the fishing's fantastic.
Unbelievable, Phil. We're gonna have to take a shot down there one day.
Yeah.
You would. Well, there's so much. Well, I mean, between the history, the museums, everything down there. The whole
No,
culture.
maybe we should do a guided tour by Danny.
Why
Oh,
not?
we'd have a blast.
Yeah.
We'd have a blast. Yeah. And I've been blessed to be around guys that taught me and showed me. And I haven't been down there that much, but there's a lot of guys that have the background. But it's just a beautiful place. The people are awesome. It's just a great destination. So keep that in mind, folks, and we'll see you next week. Oh, I don't know. Oh, that's right. I'll be on the boat. Phil got it. Phil has it
We'll
covered.
see you in 2
Maybe
weeks.
we'll send some video in. Well,
Yeah.
if they can get it in, I'll certainly do that.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
We'll keep everybody
Yeah,
up to date on
yeah,
the trip.
that'd be great. Awesome.
All right, Mackie, your premier hosting job, fantastic.
I just want to give Phil a break. His voice is gone.
Yeah, I can hear it.
My
Yeah.
pork
He's
rods that I
cracking.
was sharing are gone.
Thank you.
In one
Much
second,
appreciated.
these 3 shrimp will be gone in a second.
All right, any plugs like the morning briefing or anything?
Oh, morning briefing in the morning, probably about 10 to 9, depending on if he sleeps or not. Let's see what else. Go to Promar Ahi, 10% off if you put FA at checkout, and book your next trip on the Apollo.
All right,
Good
thanks,
deal.
guys.
Thank you. We'll see you guys next